Claire from Created the Otter Way. I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up in the UK. Thank you for joining me. This is what we are going to make this week. I will undo it in a moment and show you just exactly what it is. I try and do a craft along video tutorial for free every Friday just to help you find some joy in your crafting. Sometimes they are remakes, sometimes they are brand new fun folds. They're always fairly simple. I try and keep them fairly simple and not too complicated. I also try and do them in centimetres and inches just to try and help you all. If any of the measurements are not quite right, please do get in touch and let me know. And equally, if you make one of my makes, I absolutely love to see them. So please share with them or tag me in your social media posts or just share away. I think that's the best thing about the crafting community. We really love to share with each other, especially if you found a new way of doing something or a new way of using something that you've just discovered. So what is this make? Well, it's called a money box card. I think that's what I'm going to go with. It just goes together. You open it up like that and it's got like a box area inside. I don't know what that is. See, what could you use that for? Well, I've used some of the new Christmas papers. Stampin' Up have got a new catalogue out. This is not a new design fun fold. There are loads of these around on Pinterest, on YouTube, all over the place. But I haven't done one for ages and ages and ages, and I really wanted to show off the new paper, and this seemed the best way to do it. And then I realised I hadn't got a tutorial of one either. So ta-da, here it is. To get the size of it, so I'm in the UK, this is a £10 note, and that fits in the whole length. So a £10 note will fit in. You could put a gift card in there, you could put a voucher in there, you could put anything like that. You don't really want it to be too fat because it does fold down flat. Now it will stay up a bit if you're in a bit, the bit that you're sending, like the card or the voucher is slightly thicker. It can take that, but you don't want it too wide that your front bit, the bit that you're tying and the bit that goes over the top stands sort of too proud. But give it a go, see what you can fit in there and then share a picture with me. Be like a competition, isn't it? Who can find the best thing to fit in there? I just went with some money because I thought it was easy to show you the size of it. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's now absolutely decided to hammer it down. The rain is torrential today. It's gone from summer to deepest, darkest winter, all in the space of a couple of hours. Hopefully it will pause in a minute and I can carry on. So the papers, let me show you the papers. There's a new Stampin' Up catalogue out, a seasonal one. It is a catalogue, there is products in it for you to buy, lots of new products. I like to think of it more of an ideas and inspiration book. I know that's probably not quite right. I'm meant to be selling you all this stuff in it, and please do buy from me if you're in the UK because it helps me continue to do what I love. But it's much more than that for me. It's a bit like there's little ideas on some of the pages that you think, oh yeah, I've forgotten about that. Like just bookmarks. I mean, reading books is really back in fashion, isn't it? That bookmark there is just lovely, and how nice is that as a stocking filler? And you can make that in any papers. I'm not going to go through it step by step, but there's loads of things, and if you look at that, to wrap your cutlery up for Christmas dinner, I mean, that's really nice, lovely bit of ribbon, some embellishments, and the rain gets harder. So what am I using today? Let me get the right page. I am using this Sentimental Christmas paper. Hopefully you can see that. Hold it up a bit more. You can't. I'll show you the real thing in a minute. But on the page of the Sentimental Christmas stuff, if you go to this side, you've got all of these ideas. So it gives you different layers to use. It shows you a few different embellishments, different ways to fold your ribbon behind your embellishment, and it's just a really good gathering of ideas, and it's the same as that on every page. So there's lots and lots of ideas, and just because you've seen it in that paper, you can replicate it in other paper or paper perhaps that you own. So let me show you the paper that I'm using today. It's called Sentimental Christmas. I just want to point out that on the back of the paper, Stampin' Up are great at coordination, and it shows you what colours are in it. So if you want to coordinate the colours with other stuff you've got, you can do it really easy. So you get 12 sheets, 12 by 12 paper. I'm just going to fan them out because I don't want to spend too much time on this. I'm missing one. Oh, here it is. Now, when I first saw this, I'm very into Cath Kidston. Oh, God. Now I've knocked the camera. Okay. It looks very Cath Kidston to me. I really, really love that. So this was first on my list when we got a pre-order option. So there's some really lovely, there's candles, there's little bunches of winter flowers, there's a stocking, you can fussy cut that out really easy. There's Christmas trees with candles on, so very nostalgic paper, I would say. Some reindeers, and then this lovely red stripy ribbon paper. And if I just whip that over, because Stampin' Up paper is nearly always 99.9% double-sided. So you've got even more choice on the other side. So you've got a nice scrapbook page scene. Got some lovely stripes. That is another, I would say, scrapbook page, but you can cut that up. In a future make, you will see where I've cut it up. Some stripes, but diagonally. Some lovely snowflake paper. Looks very gingerbread type. And these trees. So that's what I'm using today. I'll show you the one I'm going to use. That's how you stay in touch with me. So I'll just leave that there. And I'll quickly run through the sizes. So I've called it a money box card because I don't really know what else to call it. You just need the card base, so you just need one sheet of A4 paper, and then we're away. And then there's some scoring to do, a little bit of cutting and folding, and that's that. And then there's the DSP. If you're new to me, that's designer series paper. So you need 4 of that size, 8 of that size, 2 and 2 squares. I haven't done those in inches, I've just realised, but the rest of it is centimetres in inches, so I'm sure you can work that out for yourself. So screenshot that, and then I will stop talking and we will create together. So the colour that I've decided to use, because the other one was so red, I've gone with the green. Okay, what is that? Got a little hole in my paper. How has that happened? Is that those kitty cats? Okay, so I've gone with those because they coordinate together. What's on the other side? Oh look, they really coordinate as well. Oh, they're nice. No, we're going to stick with the green. Stick with the green, Claire. Stop looking. That's the only problem with Stampin' Up paper. You never can decide. You're like, oh, I like that side. No, I'm going to use this side. No, that side. You have an argument with yourself every time you create. So we're going with these colours. These have got several different colours in them, Stampin' Up colours. They've got basic beige. No, is that what I want to say? Oh, my brain. Yeah, I'm sure it's basic beige. They've got shaded spruce. They've got old olive and pretty peacock. So that's the colours that are in the papers, particularly on the tree. That's got quite a few different colours. So I have got shaded spruce and basic beige, and I'm really undecided. I really don't know which colour to go. This is just going to be the base card, so it's not really going to be the star of the show. I quite like the basic beige on there and there because it's got it in both, so I think that lends itself really well, doesn't it? Look, But I am aware that when you make boxes, if they hang around a lot, they get a bit battered, and you can see that they're battered. Whereas if they're made in coloured cards, they always look good. So I'm sort of tempted to go with the shaded spruce, but I like it with that paper, but I'm not so sure about it with that paper. And as this is the front of the card, I'm not loving it. I'm going to go with basic beige. Thanks for helping me decide. So I've got an A4 sheet. I need to cut it to size. So this needs to be 21 centimetres by 28. Now it's already 21 centimetres on one side. So 21, yeah. So it's 21 on the short side. So on the longer side, I need to cut it at 28. So it's gone very quiet now because the rain suddenly stopped. 28. So there's just that little bit that you cut off. Now, you don't need that, but it's really hard to throw it away, isn't it? Okay, we're going to keep our paper trimmer out like this. We're going to get rid of that scoring, the cutting blade, because otherwise we'll be in a right muddle. And we're going to start scoring. So we're on the longer side where we're going to put some score lines, and we're going to do that at 7 centimetres. So I'm going to tell you this today in centimetres. I usually do inches, but I fancy a change. 7 centimetres scored. 10.5 centimetres all the way to the bottom. 14 centimetres. Oh, banged my head. 21 centimetres. That's because I turned to look at the cat, who any minute now is going to start meowing that she wants to go out because the rain's stopped. Just wait for it. I guarantee it. 24.5 centimetres. Now don't worry, because I'm going to go through these again. Okay. So what you're left with is a rectangle here that's 7 centimetres, and then a rectangle here that's the same size, and then 4 panels, 2 together there and 2 together there. That's probably really hard to see in this camera light, isn't it? Okay, let me share with you again. So you've got your A4 card, you've cut it 28 centimetres this way by 21 this way, and you've scored it at 7 centimetres, 10.5 centimetres, 14 centimetres, 21 centimetres and 24.5 centimetres. Remember, if you screenshot at the beginning of the video, you will have them all ready to use. Just screenshot it and then you've got it saved in your photos on your phone or your iPad. So we're going to turn it onto the shorter side, and this time there's just 2 score lines. So the first one is 3.5 centimetres. 3.5, and then the next one is 17.5. So that's quite a way along. 17.5 centimetres, and that leaves you with the end panel, which is also 3.5 centimetres, and that's it. We've got one more tricky little score line to do, which I'll share with you now. So I've got a scoring tool. It's just an old one I've had in my stash for ages, but you know, you have a favourite tool, don't you, that you come back to time and time again. This is it. It's really grubby. It's, yeah, I'm looking at it now thinking it's really manky, but it does the job and I love it. So we are going to measure. You've got the thinner border at the top and the bottom. We're going to find the 17.5 centimetre mark. So we're putting our card at 17.5 centimetres, and then where our cutting line is on our paper trimmer, we're just going to put a little mark at the top, just on the edge of the paper, and a little mark on the bottom, oh, just at the edge of the paper. Now, I don't know that you can see that. Let me put that. So I've got a little mark there and a little mark there. Okay, Now I'm going to move this out the way. You can do this with your paper trimmer, but it's quite difficult for you to see what I'm doing. So where you've got your big rectangle here and the score line in the middle, you're going to do a diagonal line from there to there and there to there. So I'm going to just do it with my ruler so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got my embossing tool. I put it on the cross point and I just do a score like that. And then I turn my cards that way and I do it in the same way on that side. So you end up with a triangle, okay, just there. I'm going to do the same down this end, so I'll turn it around so you can see it. So from this point here to there, and then from this point here to there. Okay, job done. So let's move those out of the way. Now I'm bringing in my scissors. I'm using a big pair of scissors. Stampin' Up unfortunately don't do big scissors, which is a bit of a shame because I would definitely buy them. I'm using big scissors because I need to cut a piece off that's quite long, and I don't want to keep stopping and starting with little scissors, because when you do that, what happens is your straight line that you thought was straight sort of goes all over the place. So if you've got big scissors and you can manage them, try and do that with this. I'm just going to show you which bit I'm going to cut off. So there's a rectangle there and then there's a square there, and we're going to cut those off on both sides. So we're going to do that first. And the light is not going to be kind to us because it's going to reflect the wrong way, so you won't be able to see. Can you see how my scissors just can reach without me having to twist? Okay. And I'm just going to take that off there, like so. So there's actually a score line there, but I've cut that piece off. Okay, I'm going to do the same on the other side. So I'll do that as well. Exactly the same, the rectangle and the square. Oh, like so. Just put that back there. And then you can see the two bits that I've cut off, there and there. Okay, so get rid of those because you don't need those. Now on the opposite side, you're just going to cut off the square, just that bit and that bit. So we do that. You can fast forward this bit if you want, but I try and do it so you can actually see, because I hate it when I watch videos and you think, well, that paper looks different now to what she had it just now, or what he had it. So I try and really take you through step by step, because then if you've got any questions, we can work through them together. Okay, so now that side has got those squares missing. So that one and that one. Okay, so get rid of those. Now, there's squares on either side of these triangles. So there's a square here, a square there, and the same here. We're going to turn them into tabs, and we're going to do that just by cutting up the score line. So just like that. Can you see? Just like that there. Okay, and do that on all four sides. I'll show you in a minute. And this one here. So if I put that back to where it was, so now you've got that piece that's got these tabs, okay? So if I fold that up so you can see it, and then you've got a tab there and a tab there. Now it's worthwhile just doing a little bit of an adjustment on them now so you get a nice square box. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut off a little triangle there and a very tiny little fraction there. So I'll show you what I mean. So from the fold line or the score line, just go like that. Okay, so look, that really is tiny, isn't it? So that's come off there, and I'm going to do the same on all the outside pieces. If I do those first, just going to go round, do all of the outside pieces just on that little tab. I'm not doing much of a triangle because I don't want to take off a big chunk, and I will explain why in a moment. Comes the rain again. Okay, so there's my 4 little triangles. Now these are straight in line, but I want to take a little bit off there as well. Now this is a little bit trickier because you're cutting into your card, but you really just want to go to that point. So, oh sorry, the camera's in such a bad place, I keep banging my head. There, so that just comes off from that little bit there. So you've got a triangle off of that side and a triangle off of that side, and if you do that on all 4, then we'll be ready to stick and glue, and away we go to have our ta-da moment. So I use Stampin' Up products because I'm a demonstrator, but I'm a demonstrator because I love their products. So it's sort of a lovely circle of life. That sounds quite nice, doesn't it? So if I didn't love them, I wouldn't share with you how good they were. And I love the fact I get a discount for being a demonstrator. But I could do with you buying some stuff from me so that I can carry on doing this. I need to get better at the salesy bit. I just want to share the joy of creating. Where are we now? We've got our tabs, we've got a long piece here with some score lines, and I'm going to show you here what you do with this. So you fold that back, and then you've got your score lines that go like that, because there's a triangle, remember. Now what you don't want is it overlapping, so we'll fix that in a minute. This one goes that way, that goes there, that goes there. Let's see, that doesn't really overlap, just a tiny bit. But the reason you don't want it to overlap is you want your card to fold like that and not be overlapping. So we're going to fix that now. So how do we fix that? So concentrate on one side, okay? See where that is, make sure it's lined up there, that when you put that on there, it's all nice. The score, the fold is confirmed. You can use your bone folder to do that, okay? You can see that it's in on both sides, but it fits in line with the score line there. So that one's fine. So now what we're going to do is we're going to make this fit to it. So yes, we've already done a score line, but we're going to make sure that our piece of card comes next to it. So we're just going to push it back out, and I haven't brought my bone folder in, so I am going to have to press with my fingers. But can you see how it's now next to it rather than overlapping? And I'm just going to check this bit as well. That bit's done as well. Oh, it's a little bit there. It's catching there, so I'm going to trim that a bit, but the tab, not the card. So don't trim the long rectangle bit, trim the tab a bit. Okay, so let's try again. Because if you do these adjustments now, your card will fit together. Okay, so that goes there. Oh, okay, so can you see it's not overlapping now? It just meets together. This bit, again, so what's happened there is I need to angle that slightly because it's in the way. So again, I'm going to cut the tab slightly. to make sure that the tab's not in the way, I'm just cutting this triangle a little bit wider. Okay, let's try again. So now when I fold that up, look, can you see it's not in the way at all now? So that's good. So I'm going to spin it round the other way and I'm going to show you that again. So I put my triangle down, I put that piece down, put that up. Is it in the way of this bit? Oh, it is a little bit. So I'm just going to tighten or take another sliver off there, like so. Just, it's such a tiny amount, but it will make a difference. So now when that's folded up on the side, can you see it doesn't interfere? Okay, so that side's okay. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, that does really overlap, doesn't it? So what we're going to do is bring that down and then we're going to fix this. So we're just going to move that over a bit. Okay, so I'm making sure that the card meets up there and then pressing down so that I've got that fold correct. Okay, don't worry, you're going to be covering this in paper, but can you see now it opens and closes, it doesn't overlap. Just going to check this bit. I can see already that it's over, so when I fold this side up, this gets in the way, so I'm just going to trim that again, such a tiny amount. Then we get to the exciting bit of putting it all together. Okay, so now I'm happy that all of my pieces are in place. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to turn it round and I'm now going to put those down flat. I'm going to fold this one back that way and then back that way. Okay, and that gives me that shape. I'm going to do the same this side, fold it that way, find the score line, bring it back that way. There's one more score line like that, and that's like that. Shall I show you that again? Okay, so you've got your piece in line here, you fold it over and you can see there's a score line. You fold that back on itself like that and that becomes the side of your box. Come to this side, you fold the whole thing over, find the first score line, fold it back, just firm that. There's another score line here, you fold that over and that becomes that side. Okay, now we get to decorate it. That's it, we're done. That, believe it or not, is your card, your box card. You now decorate it however you like. Now, I'm aware that this is going on and on this video, so I've already cut out my pieces. I've got 8 pieces that are 3 centimetres by 13.5 centimetres. So I'm going to go ahead and stick in the inside pieces to start with. Now I've got my glue, I've got Tombow glue because it has a little bit of wiggle room and I definitely need some wiggle room. I'm going to try and not look at this beautiful Christmas tree paper. Put glue on the back, all over. You can decorate this as much or as little as you want. I am going to decorate both sides because it's for Christmas and it's a really special make, but you don't have to do that. You can just decorate the inside, the front and the inside. You don't have to use up all your designer series paper for the front and the back. I've got a lot of paper stash that I really need to use up. I'm sure we all have. And I don't want to be left after Christmas with another load of Christmas paper. So I decided this year I'm going to make sure I use it all. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm decorating both sides of my gift box. So that's going there. I'm doing them at the same time just to try and be a bit speedier for you so you don't have to watch forever. Okay, and I've got glue everywhere because I'm doing that. So that is going that side. Now I've done these 1/2 centimetre smaller than the size of the coloured card. So that's going on there. Not too bad. I know they don't quite go across, but that's fine. Now I've got 4 pieces that are 6.5 by 13, and there's going to be one there, and then on the front and back. Now again, you don't have to decorate the bottom panel. If you're going to put a gift voucher in, you might feel it's a waste of time. I'm not sure what I'm giving in mine at the minute, so just in case, please don't stick. I need to get rid of that glue, don't I? There. So at the moment I'm just going to cover it in designer series paper. Is that going to be too dry to get rid of? So have you got one of these? It's like a big rubber that gets rid of sticky glue. I can't remember what it's called. Stampin' Up used to sell them, but they don't anymore. But luckily mine is as good as anything. Right, hopefully that stops some of the stickiness. Okay, onto this side. That looks really nice with that. No, stick to it. Don't change it. It looks really nice with the basic beige, doesn't it? Okay, that's going in there. Did I even tell you what this paper was called? I will put it in the descriptions. Okay, so that's that bit. Okay, we can go ahead and turn it over and do the back side. So again, we've got 4 panels, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and 2 bigger pieces. So I've already given you the sizes for those. So that will go on there. Just there. I'm not really sure what paper I'm going to play with next. There's such beautiful papers. I really like the penguin papers. They're like winter scene papers. Did I show you those? Oh, you can always go to the Stampin' Up website and download a brochure. It's really great that you can do that now. And then if you've got an iPhone or an iPad, just download it to iBooks, and you don't have to be online to view it. You can just flick through. So anytime you're a bit stuck and you've got a Stampin' Up product and you're like, oh, what shall I make with it? You can quickly bring up your digital catalogue, find the page that of the products you've bought, and then you can find loads of ideas instantly. So these are the 2 bigger panels. They really have thought of everything. Failing that, just go on my Instagram page. There'll be loads of ideas on there. You'll be able to find something that takes your fancy. There's all sorts, fun folds, simple makes. What else we got? Brilliant. Gift boxes. 5 minutes to craft. There's a few 5-minute to craft videos. If I put that upside down, no, it's the right way. Oh, I have done something wrong. Oh, that's really annoying. I didn't put the ribbon on. That's because I'm talking. Okay, so what you need to do is put some ribbon. Can you see it on here? It's behind the paper. I'm going to have to do something fancy with that now. Okay, so the ribbon, I've chosen some gold ribbon. It's a retired ribbon, but I really like the gold with the thing. It makes it look really Christmassy. So what can we do with this ribbon to make it? If I put a bit of that across, is that going to make it stand out? It does really, doesn't it? I didn't bring any more paper. Just going to cut some more paper. So, 6.5. What is it the crafters say? No mistakes, only embellishments. No mistakes, just excuses for embellishments. Look, no one's even going to know. Okay, so I need some double-sided tape, because that will make it stay on. I'm not going to put it in the middle because I want to put a sentiment or something on it. Just put some double-sided tape on. Oh, that didn't go very well either. It's because it's sticking to me rather than the paper. Okay, there's that. Find the middle, put it across there. Put some more double-sided tape on the top. I'm using double-sided tape rather than wet glue because it will keep it in place. I don't have to wait for the wet glue to dry. So put some more of that over the top. Like so. Put some glue on this because I know it's the right size. And then it's like it's never happened. Fast forward this bit. Okay, then that is going to go exactly over it. And you won't even notice. Look at that. See, I didn't forget. Just wanted to show you how to repair it. If you forgot. Right, okay. So that's the back. Now, we've got these bits here. What do we do with those bits? You need some triangles, yeah. So you start with squares. So this is a 4 centimetre square. We are going to cut that diagonally, point to point, like that. You need 2 of them. Put some glue on. 1 goes there. Now looking at this, I think you might get away with a 4.5 centimetre square, but we're going to go with it as we've already pre-cut them. This one. Are you ready for Christmas crafting? I've been doing 10 Christmas cards a month. Sort of got a bit stuck in August and didn't do it. Just because it was just, no, it's August. So I've got to catch up with that. Here's another one. So it's 4 centimetres, cut diagonally, and then we glue it in place on the triangles. So I need to catch up with that this month, and it feels right to do it because it's really a bit chilly, it's rainy, it's dark, it feels like it's craft season. When people ask me what season is my favourite, I say craft season. So autumn, winter, that's craft season in this house. Okay, that goes on there. So you've done those front and back. Again, it's up to you whether you do that. Then you've got 3 centimetre squares and you do exactly the same. 3 centimetres. And you do the little triangles either side. Now I'm not going to do the embellishment on the front, but I'll tell you what I used on the other one. Oh, I just realised I've done something else wrong. I'm too excited. I need to calm down when I'm crafting with you guys. I just want to get on to the ta-da moment and wow you. Okay, I'll explain in a minute. And I will rectify it with you before we finish. Okay. There's that bit. Actually, I think I need another couple of little squares as well. Obviously wasn't prepared. Goodness me. Okay, so that one goes there. So if I turn it over, there's none on the inside, on the outside. No, I need 2 more. So 2 more of those. Let me see. So I'm just going to cut 2 3 centimetre squares. those two. So let's do those first. Concentrate on one thing at a time. If you're still watching, oh my goodness, thank you. It really is worth it because you will love this. And it is a really good one to have as a backup in your crafting when you want something a little bit different. I don't tend to put mine in envelopes, but if you're posting it somewhere, you could put it in an envelope. Just don't put too much embellishments on the front because it's already a thick card. But I don't, I just leave it on the pile of presents because I do a bit of fancier embellishments, like a proper 3D bow on it, and just really jazz it up with some thick wide ribbon as well, which you can't really do too much with Stampin' Up because they haven't got any really wide ribbon. Okay, so there's one more thing that I need to do. Need to put the tabs in. And then I can show you. So, what I meant to do was stick these pieces round and then put the card over the top. And that's why you don't do these right in a point, because you don't want them to stand out too much. So what you do is bring that round to there, okay, and then glue it on. If you're a bit more organised than me and not trying to talk as well as craft, you won't have put your designer series paper on, so they would just be sticking to the card. So just push that down flat so you can get a real sharp corner on that. Okay, so when you're happy, do the other side. So you bend your triangle in, put that on there, and then bring that round. Okay, so glue that side on as well, like so. And then this gets glued over the top and you won't notice, okay? I need to be careful that my paper is in line, but you wouldn't have to do that because you're going to put your paper on afterwards. All of us make mistakes, but isn't it funny when it happens to somebody else and you're like, oh, I'm so relieved, I thought it was just me. It's like every time I go to die cut, at least the plates, why are they see-through? Okay, so that's going on there, just like that. So can you see, it just looks like it hasn't got a tab. Just cut one more piece for the other side, and then we're done. You can do ta-da! And we won't tell anybody about the extra paper that's on there, will we? Of course we will. We're crafters. We always point out our mistakes. Okay, so that again, fold that flat and then bring it round so that you know it's in the right place. Do you do that? Please tell me I'm not alone. Somebody says, oh, that's such a lovely card. And the first thing you do is go, yeah, but look, that's where the ink smudged. Oh, look, that's where I put 2 layers of paper because I forgot. We're not very good at accepting compliments, are we, for our work? And it is work. We spent a lot of time on it. Okay, there's that side as well. And now the designer series paper to finish it off. So if you've liked what you've seen, I'm sorry the video has gone on longer than it normally would. Please subscribe. I try and do a video, like I said earlier, every Friday. Something a little bit fun, easy to do, but worthwhile watching and creating. And share your makes with me. You can tag me in them in your social media posts or send me a picture of them at createtheottaway@gmail.com. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so that's it from the front. That's it open. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful paper? Okay, that's it from that side. You don't notice the tabs. Okay. That's it from the back. Lovely. That's it from the other side. So absolutely beautiful. I'm going to quickly tie that in a little bow if the glue lets me, because I've got very gluey fingers now. Like so. Oh, it's sticking. There you go. Like that. Ta-da! Let's bring this one back in. What did I use for the embellishments on this? I used the Spotlight and Nature dies. I love those dies. Have you got them? Oh, they're just so handy for so many things. There's 12 in a pack layered, and they've got different edging on them. So yeah, I've just used 2 of those. And I'll probably do the same on this one as well. Sort this ribbon out. But yeah, which one do you like? The reindeer one or the green tree ones? This one's a bit retro. This one's a bit more modern. I hope you've loved watching and chatting to me, and I hope to see you very soon. Happy crafting!